So you should understand by now that there are two modes of footprinting, passive mode and active mode.
Yeah. In passive mode footprinting, it is nearly impossible to be detected. If you are trying to gather information from a company website, you know that websites can track your IP. There are tools and techniques to do that. If you spend too much time on the website or access it too many times, you may get noticed. And if you collect information without touching any of the company's networks or websites, again, the chances of identification decrease. You can look at the Whois database for information on the website, and on the ARIN database, you can look up the DNS. You can gather a lot of information through social media and job posts. For example, if a job requirement says they require a Linux administrator, you now know that they are mostly a Linux-based environment, right? Or they at least have some servers running on Linux. If they ask for specific skills on firewalls, you know the technology they are using. You get the point. So you can use Google and other search engines for this purpose. Passive footprinting is never a security violation, as you don't really get into any network, nor do you try to scan any of their servers.
Now with the active footprinting, you have some direct touch with the websites, network, servers, and systems. What you don't do is attack the network or system. What you would do is perform network and port scanning, fingerprinting the operating system, and banner grabbing the services. You can use ping and traceroute to map the network. You can look at website mirroring. You can also look at social engineering to gather information. Active footprinting is more direct and involves some amount of direct contact with the live environment, which means more potential for getting noticed. Active footprinting normally comes after passive footprinting. It builds on top of what is gathered from passive footprinting. It is more accurate compared to passive footprinting. All right, what do you do in passive footprinting? Do you A, query Whois database, B, DNS lookups, C, carry out competitive intelligence, D, use social networks and social engineering techniques, or E, Google search?
I think actually all of those answers are correct.
That's right.
Yeah.
In passive footprinting, the focus is to gather as much information as possible about the organization, hierarchy, and strategy, and to identify potential vulnerabilities. The Whois database provides URLs, IP addresses, and DNS information.
Competitive intelligence is carried out to obtain strategic, confidential, and sensitive information about the organization. You may use social networks to identify potential people from whom the information can be gathered. Social engineering techniques such as phishing, vishing, and impersonation can be employed to gather information as well. Google has excellent search operators to identify vulnerabilities.